Shemu'ėl Bet, chapter 3. And the fighting between the house of Shaul and the house of David was long drawn out, but David was going on and was strong, and the house of Shaul was going on and was weak. And sons were born to David in Hebron, and the firstborn was Amnon by Achinoam the Israelitess, and his second Kilav by Abigail the widow of Nabal the Carmelite, and the third Avshalom son of Ma'acha the daughter of Talmai sovereign of Geshur, and the fourth Adoniah son of Haggith, and the fifth Shephatiah son of Avital, and the sixth Yithream by David's wife Eglah. These were born to David in Hebron. And it came to be, while there was fighting between the house of Shaul and the house of David, that Avner was strengthening himself in the house of Shaul. And Shaul had a concubine, whose name was Ritzpah, daughter of Aiah. And Ishbosheth said to Avner, Why have you gone into my father's concubine? And Avner was very displeased at the words of Ishbosheth, and said, Am I a dog's head that belongs to Yehudah, that I show loving commitment to the house of Shaul your father, to his brothers, and to his friends today, and have not let you fall into the hand of David, that you charge me today with a sin concerning this woman? Elohim does so to Avner, and more also, if I do not do for David as Yahweh has sworn to him, to cause the reign to pass over from the house of Shaul, and to raise up the throne of David over Israel and over Yehudah, from Dan to Beersheba. And he was unable to answer Avner another word, because he feared him. And Avner sent messengers on his behalf to David, saying, Whose is the land? Saying also, Make your covenant with me, and see, my hand is with you to bring all Israel to you. And David said, Good, I make a covenant with you. Only one matter I am asking of you. You do not see my face unless you bring Michal, daughter of Shaul, when you come to see my face. David then sent messengers to Ishbosheth, son of Shaul, saying, Give me my wife Michal, to whom I became engaged for 100 foreskins of the Philistines. And Ishbosheth sent and took her from her husband, from Paltiel, son of Laish. But her husband went with her to Bahurim, going on and weeping behind her. And Avner said to him, Go, turn back. And he turned back. And Avner had a word with the elders of Israel, saying, In time past you were seeking for David to be sovereign over you, and now do it. For Yahweh has spoken of David, saying, By the hand of my servant David, I save my people Israel from the hand of the Philistines, and the hand of all their enemies. And Avner also spoke in the hearing of Benjamin. And Avner also went to speak in the hearing of David in Hebron, all that seemed good to Israel, and all the house of Benjamin. And Avner and 20 men with him came to David at Hebron. And David made a feast for Avner and the men who were with him. And Avner said to David, Let me arise and go, and gather all Israel to my master the sovereign, and let them make a covenant with you, and you shall reign over all that your being desires. And David sent Avner away, and he went in peace. And see, the servants of David and Joab came from a raid, and brought much spoil with them. But Avner was not with David in Hebron, for he had sent him away, and he had gone in peace. And Joab and all the army that was with him came, and they reported to Joab, saying, Avner son of Ner came to the sovereign, and he sent him away, and he has gone in peace. And Joab went to the sovereign and said, What have you done? See, Avner has come to you. Why is it that you sent him away, and he has already gone? You know that Avner son of Ner came to deceive you, to know your going out and your coming in, and to know all that you are doing. Joab then left David, and he sent messengers after Avner, who brought him back from the well of Sirah. But David did not know it. Thus Avner returned to Hebron, and Joab took him aside in the gate to speak with him privately, and there struck him in the stomach, so that he died for the blood of Asahel his brother. And when David heard it afterwards, he said, My reign and I are guiltless before Yahweh forever of the blood of Avner son of Ner. Let it rest on the head of Joab, and on all his father's house. And let there never fail to be in the house of Joab one who has a discharge, or is a leper, or who is taking hold of a staff, or falls by the sword, or who lacks bread. So Joab and Avishai his brother killed Avner, because he had killed their brother Asahel at Givon in the battle. And David said to Joab, and to all the people who were with him, Tear your garments, gird yourselves with sackcloth, and mourn for Avner. And sovereign David followed the coffin, and they buried Avner in Hebron. And the sovereign lifted up his voice and wept at the burial site of Avner, and all the people wept. And the sovereign sang a lament over Avner, and said, Should Avner die as a fool dies? Your hands were not bound, nor your feet put into shackles. As one falls before sons of evil, so you fell. And all the people wept over him again. And all the people came to cause David to eat food while it was still day. But David swore, saying, Elohim do so to me and more also, if I taste bread or whatever else till the sun goes down. And all the people took note of it, and it was good in their eyes, since whatever the sovereign did was good in the eyes of all the people. And all the people and all Israel knew that day that it had not been the sovereign's intent to kill Avner son of Ner. The sovereign also said to his servants, Do you not know that a prince and a great one has fallen in Israel today? And I am weak today, though anointed sovereign, and these men, the sons of Tzeruiah, are too harsh for me. Let Yahweh repay the evildoer according to his evil.